Sometimes in the mornings I'm just lazy, so the best course of action is just slap on a duochrome shadow on my lid and hope that I look put together enough to look awake. Hello beautiful people! Hi, my name is Mia and this is my virtual vanity, a place where we both love makeup and we're quite critical of it. And today I wanted to show you some of my favorite duochrome eyeshadows because I absolutely love using duochrome everything, especially in the morning when I'm feeling kind of lazy. I don't want to do a complicated eye look, but I still want to look like there's a little bit of magic going on. All I need to do is do my base real quick and slap on a duochrome eyeshadow, and I feel that, you know, I am that bitch and I'm ready to face the world. So let's get started with my favorites. The first one is one that I have recently acquired only last month, but I have been using it obsessively ever since. This is the Pupa VAMP Extreme, the Pupa Milano VAMP Extreme in 028, and apparently it's new from them. It's a new formula, a cream to powder type of thing. This is what it looks like. It is a rose flashing gold duochrome. Here is how it looks swatched. It is a very beautiful, very luminous, paired with a simple rosy lip and some rosy blush. I look like a spring fairy come to life and I live for that aesthetic. Next we have two singles from Colourpop. The first one is, and I know you've probably seen it everywhere on YouTube, this is Glass Bowl, which is a shimmery brown base but more so a bit transparent, which makes it so special, and then it changes to this aqua teal shade. I particularly love this on low makeup days because it makes the eye look sort of a bit wet, a bit magical, and if you put just a little layer of it, it just gives it the most beautiful blue reflect without looking like it's too much or it's overdone. The second one that I want to talk about is Tea Garden, which is yet again a transparent brownish base, but this time it has a strong acid green reflect. It's absolutely beautiful on its own or paired with a brown matte in the crease. Let me swatch it for you. This is Tea Garden. As you can see, Glass Bowl is a bit closer to skin tone than Tea Garden. Tea Garden is a bit more sultry, but still keeping that duochrome magic that I love so much. Next, I want to talk about the shade called Flower Child from Looxi Beauty. This is a rosy toned pink flashing green. This is how it looks swatched up here. As you can see, it almost looks peachy because it has such a nice soft reflect. It's absolutely gorgeous for low makeup days. Speaking of low makeup days, I have one that is, at least for my skin tone, is very close to that color, and that is Ethiopian Opal by Igneous Cosmetics. This is how it looks in the pan. It is a very pale, a rosy beige with an icy reflect that I can't quite pinpoint if it's more bluish or not. This is it. This is the shade. As you can see, you can barely see it swatched on my skin, but because it is such a nice match for my skin tone, but it definitely has some magic going on, makes my eyes look very wide awake, very luminous. Speaking of another one that is quite close to skin tone, but this one is slightly warmer, this is Unicorno by Neve Cosmetics. This is how it looks like. It is a peach base with a greenish sort of reflect. Reminds me a bit of Colourpop's Tea Garden, only this one is much more subtle and much more light. So here it is, swatched on my wrist. Let me close up. very beautiful. It's like a ripe peach in the middle of summer, and I absolutely adore it. We've got two more shades from Neve Cosmetics. The first one is Mela Stregata, which is a brown base with a green shift. Then we have got Chimera or Chimera, or however you want to pronounce it. This is a dark brown base with a violet shift to it. Let me swatch them real quick so you can see them in action. Here we have Mela Stregata and here we have Chimera. As you can see, the reflect in Mela Stregata is much more prominent, and this is Chimera, which looks a bit more grayish toned when blended out. So what I find interesting with these two shades in particular is that you put them all over the lid, yeah? And then if you go with another fluffier brush and do another pass in your crease with them, they start blending out into their brown base while still keeping the reflect on the lid. So it ends up looking like you have a 2 or even 3 toned look despite you having used just one duochrome. So that's kind of what I like about them, that the base really shows through the more you blend them out. But if you want to keep the reflect strong, all you have to do is do one pass with your finger or with your flat brush, and that's it. Let's get to my favorite brand. Now, if you're new, I am very happy to have you here. But if you're old, you just go through my channel, take a shot every time I say Nabla Cosmetics, and die a very inebriated death. Now, the two duochromes that I want to talk about from Nabla Cosmetics are Absinthe, which is a brown base with an acid green duochrome shift. There you have it. It reminds me a bit of the Wet n Wild Blue Brown pan. However, this one is much more subtle in the shift than the Wet n Wild one is. Then we have Alchemy, which is maybe my favorite shade in my whole collection. It is this violet purple base with this strong, absolutely strong, magical aqua reflect. My boyfriend rarely notices my makeup. This is the only time I have ever been complimented by him on my makeup, and it was when I wore this. See how it shines? It is so beautiful. I absolutely adore it. Okay guys, these were my favorite duochromes. Here are all of the swatches. I am just a duochrome addict and fanatic, and I love them so much, and I think everyone should have them in their collection. If you're a makeup lover, they're beautiful for just a little sprinkling of something nice, and if you're just a person that likes to use makeup just to look pretty, just to keep your put together in the morning, they're basically the quickest way to add a little something special to your look without spending more than 2 minutes applying them. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have any other duochrome suggestions, personal favorites, nice looking things that you've seen, please let me know, because I'm always in the market for more duochromes. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I'll see you the next time. Bye!